Hello my friends, my name is Claudia and it is with a humble bow and deep gratitude that I offer you this practice and this transmission today. Now, if this is your first time moving with me, then how you enter this space and where you are today is perfect. However you're feeling, however you want to open up your body, however you want to modify is exactly right. The invitation is that you start there. I'm always going to give modifications and different options, but ultimately you are your own best teacher. So always listen to yourself first, okay? Now, over the next few weeks, we will be journeying through the chakras. We will be exploring the chakras, which are these subtle energies of the body, bringing the mind, the body, the spirit into alignment, into harmony. Now, the first chakra represents our root, and it helps us do just that. It roots us into our physical body and into the earth. So we will go ahead and do just that. You can hit play on your playlist and then meet me in a comfortable seated position and just sit comfortably in your own skin. Place your less dominant hand on your lap and then place your more dominant hand on top of that hand and let the thumbs touch. Stack your spine like a pillar. And then go ahead and close your eyes. And straight away, take any tension out of your face. So soften your jaw, the muscles in your cheeks. Roll your shoulders back and down. So naturally, the back descends into your lower body, and then by default, the lower body descends and roots deeper into the ground, the earth, your home base. And as you feel your body ground, I want you to also feel your breath. So feel the breath enter in through your nose and feel the chest expand, the collarbones lift. And then as you exhale, feel any excess tension begin to dissipate. Do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Perhaps making this last one even more vocal. Breathe in fully. Exhale, sigh it out. Now, as you begin this process of shedding and releasing, remember that you're not hurting anyone. In fact, you're doing everyone a favor by being here, by letting go. You're sending all of the energy that isn't serving you. You're sending it out to be recycled, to be reused, reclaimed for something else that it better deserves. So keep shedding today, keep releasing, keep uncovering. Uncover all of those rhythms of the body, your heart beating, your blood cells pulsating, your lungs breathing, this constant healing, this constant shifting. Now, as you really shift into your body, I want you to visualize your grounding cord. So at the base of your spine, you can imagine this cord almost like a root or a tree trunk that extends from the base of your being and roots deep down into the earth. And I want you to know that you can use this cord as an energetic tool to help you release, to help you let go so you can fully uncover who it is that you are and what it is that you want to bring into this practice, this day, this week, this month. And as you step into this day, into this moment, into this practice, I want you to feel a sense of reincarnation, making this moment really intentional. Take ownership of it. Be present. We don't always get to choose what happens to us. Clearly, right? but we do get to choose what kind of energy we show up with. Now you have time and space to set an intention for this practice. What is the energy that you want to bring in? Make a decision and don't let the experiences of your day set the agenda. Don't let the outside world set the agenda. You set it for yourself. Set it deeply. A final deep breath in. Clearing breath out. All right, my loves, open your eyes. Let the light come back in. And then give yourself a shuffle forward. Unravel your knees and we will meet in a tabletop position. So stack your joints, shoulders are over the hands, hips are over the knees. So we've got that structural support of the bones. Then let's have you spread your finger bones, root each and every fingertip down into the ground, press down through your knees and your shins, and then let's just get started with a few rounds of cat-cow. So with your next breath in, drop the belly, tilt your tailbone up, and then really open through your collarbones. As you exhale, press the hands down to round your spine in the opposite direction. Chin draws in, you tuck the tailbone right under. Good, do that again. Breathing in to open across the front body. Breathing out to round your back body. Now find that rhythm. Keep moving with your breath. Finding that rooted sense of arrival. And then perhaps make these movements more organic as you begin to work into your own nooks and crannies, finding those sweet spots that really gets into the heart of your heart, into your kidneys, your adrenals, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back, rinsing and releasing and really working into any unconscious tension. Any unconscious tension of fear right now. Fear is actually the byproduct of a unbalanced root chakra. So it's like you're being your own salve here with your breath, with your movements, with your body. All right, last few moments to journey through whatever you're grooving through. And then let's meet back in a stabilized tabletop position. Alrighty, once you get there, we're going to extend the right foot back behind us. Curl the right tootsies under. Now, some of you might want to remain in stillness here, or you can pulsate that right heel back. Stretching and lengthening and strengthening that right hamstring. So we'll just relish in the basics to start, okay? We're not getting into the dynamic psychology of our energy centers, of our chakras just yet. We're just here to simply arrive. All right, very good. Bring the right foot out to the right. Let's begin to work into the hip. Point your right toe forward as the right leg is in line with your hip socket. Bend into the knee and rotate. So just opening through the hip a little, cleansing that external landscape of your femur bone, the head of the femur bone, which is just this ball rotating around the socket, which is why you might hear a little bit of a pop or crackle or creak. That's all good. We're just aerating it out. All right, now switch the direction, go the opposite way. Find that balance. And find a balanced breath. So equal part inhale, equal part exhale. Beautiful. Send the right knee back under your hip. We will simply just marry the left side with the right. So stretch the heel, the left heel back behind you. Curl your toes under. Option to stay in stillness, or option to pulsate the hamstring. Open the back of the leg and let it know we're coming for you. stay here for a few more cycles of breath, driving that navel up into your spine as your heel gets that good sense of action back behind you. So it's shooting back, and it doesn't have to be hard or aggressive. It's just this real lengthening, this nourishing, healing movement. Okay, now let's have you bring the left foot out to the left in line with the hips. Really stretch the leg out. Point the toes forward, bend into your knee and rotate. Now as we work with this root chakra today, it corresponds to an earth element. And the earth element corresponds to the bottom half of the body, in particular the hamstring, the feet, the legs, exploring this stability of, this idea of stability today during our practice. Switch the direction, stabilize, and keep taking those stabilizing breaths. Let the breath guide the movement, not the other way around. Okay, good. Bring the left knee back under your hip. Let's take this container, into a downward facing dog shape. So just walk your hands a little further forward, press down through your toes, push the hips up and back. Okay, now straight away, I want you to just take a peep at your hands, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So activate through your hands again, and I want you to just very subtly rock your weight forwards and backwards and side to side into all four corners of the hands, so we can get them really active. And then from the activation, feel the action of the hands pressing into the ground so you can push your chest back towards your thighs. Bend into your knees, allow your tailbone to stay lifted. And then look at the toes. Spread the toes and really root them into the ground. So we find this element of pushing to lift, finding this energy, this ground energy to really rebound up through the body, keeping us strong and long. Now lengthen your breath, breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful. With your next breath in, you'll take a look forward. As you breathe out, walk your feet all the way forward. Get the feet right underneath the hips at the top of the yoga mat. Drop your skull, let it be heavy. Tuck your chin in and then roll your body all the way up to standing. Now take your time here. Notice your habitual tendencies to want to rush and get this over and done with. Can you slow down today? All right, now once you're lifted, let's have you place your dominant hand on your heart, your less dominant hand on your belly. Shut down your eyes, and then I want you to really drop into your feet. So feel your feet, pick up your feet, your toes, spread them and anchor them down. And then find the action of your thigh bones pushing back as you draw your tailbone under. So we're really beginning to build this structure for amplification. Closing your eyes, take yourself out of the screen, lengthen through your back body, roll your shoulders back and down. So by default, by consequence, your heart space is open. And then can you lift a little taller through the crown of your head? So you root down to rise up. Now from this rooted place, bring your awareness back to your breath. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale from your mouth. Where there is awareness, there is awakening. And where there is awakening, there is an establishment to the ground. There is stability. Final stabilizing breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open your eyes. Stay with that nourishing breath. Set your gaze on your horizon, and then with your next big breath in, sweep your arms all the way up with some vigor here. So reach up, look up. Exhale, fold yourself in half, hinge from your hips, straighten your spine. You can take a little bend into the knees. Since we are targeting the back of the legs, if you wanted to work deeper into your hammies, as you fold, you can grab hold of your ankles and pull your chest down towards the legs. With your next belly breath in, halfway lift position, hands under your shoulders, or you can bring the hands to your shins, wherever you get your longest spine. Just hold for a moment on the exhalation. Now I'm going to ask you here to bring the weight forward into the ball of the feet, and you should feel that switch on through your hamstrings and your glutes. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, hands reposition under the shoulders, walk your feet back. Now let's set up high plank for success. So you're going to push through your heels and drive through the crown of the head. Allow the shoulders to pull away from one another, so you find protraction of the shoulders, getting your biceps, your triceps involved. Tilt the tailbone under, suction the navel in towards your spine, and find that slightly rounded back. So we dome out the body here. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let's have you drop the knees for this first round, untuck your toes, release your chest and your belly, bring your elbows in like little cricket wings. And then from the ground, we will find a really sweet backbend, Cobra pose. So just peel the chest up slightly. You might even want to bring the feet as wide as your yoga mat, so there's no compression in the lower back. Exhale, bend into your knees, curl the tootsies under, push the hips back, find your breath. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. All right, let's begin to really work on building this strong container, these strong foundations. 2 more cycles of Surya Namaskar. We'll move with the breath now. Take a look forward on your next inhalation. As you exhale, walk, or perhaps even bring the legs to straight as you step to the top of the yoga mat, eventually working to that press handstand. One day, eventually. I'm still getting there. Halfway lift is the breath in. Fold and let go as you breathe out. Now really let the skull go. Root down, rise up. Lift up, look up, inhale. Exhale, come all the way back down to the earth. And let it be an offering. Feel this deep sense of surrender as you fold. Halfway lift, big breath in, allow the breath to move through your spine. Exhale to a high plank position. Lower down, option to go knees, chest, chin, or option to take high plank to low plank. Shoulders are in line with the elbows. Now roll over the toes, press down through the backs of them, allow the hips to melt near your wrists, puff up through your chest, roll your shoulders back, upward facing dog is the inhalation. Downward facing dog is your exhalation. Bring your awareness into your hands, spread them, look at your toes, connect them, and then put emphasis on slowing down your breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale from the mouth. One more round. Let's go. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step, jump, float forward, or press handstand forward. We'll all meet at the top of the yoga mat. From there, halfway lift, reset, and then fold, release. Press down to lift. Come all the way back down to the ground like a sunset. And as you fold, really bring in this sense of gratitude. Thank Mother Earth. Say thank you. Halfway lift, inhale. High plank, exhale. Some of you might even want to jump back. You go on your own adventure. Lower through your vinyasa. I'm going to see you through in downward facing dog. Take your time. There is no need to rush, my friends. Let the breath guide you. Let it be your boss. Let it be your best friend. And then once you meet in down dog, as a collective, let's drop to the knees and take child's pose position. Hips to heels, arms shoot forward, back body rests into your front body. Your front body gives over to the force of gravity. Drop your forehead to the ground. Ground your energy. Breathe into your belly. your lungs, the base of your throat. Inhale. As you exhale, allow your entire body to soften, to yield. Do that again. Breathe in. Puff up the back of your heart. Imagine my hands behind your lower back. So breathe into them. And then as you breathe out, feel my hands really press the hips deep into the ground. One more. Feel, visualize, emphasize. Breathing in. Breathing out. Amazing, my loves. Now stay with this deep sense of connection. Let's begin to meet back in downward facing dog. So the body should definitely feel more warmed up now. Mandala flow we go. Hands are rooted, right leg is going to lift up and back. Now this isn't a fling, a sweep, a swoop. It's a conscious movement. So with integrity, the right leg lifts back. You're flexing the right foot in towards your shin bone. Now let's have you isolate the right leg. Bring the right heel in towards the glute. So you squeeze that in, and then we'll bring the right thigh in towards the chest. Simultaneously shuffle your chest forward. Shoulders stack over your wrists. Now press your hands down into the ground. Keep your right knee lifted in, and then pull your chin in towards the right knee. Good. Right foot is going to step all the way forward in between your hands. If it doesn't quite make it, just give it a wiggle on through. Lower your left knee, let it kiss the ground. So we're going to find this architecture of a low lunge with the bottom half of the body. But we're going to stay low with the upper body. So just tent up onto your fingertips. Allow the tailbone to drive back. Reach through the crown of your head. Find that action of zipping your navel in, spreading your collarbones. And now breathe into the fabric of your heart, into the cloak of your skin. Inhale. Exhale. Gorgeous. Let's take this thing to half Hanumanasana. Straighten out your right leg as you push your hips back. Flex through the right foot. Okay, good. Now remember, we all live in different bodies. So rather than looking at where I'm getting to, I want you to just feel into a shape that feels sustainable. You might want to grab blocks. You might want to have your chest slightly higher or not. Bring your hips to neutral, so that left hip's going to shoot forward as the right hip shoots back. Hello, hamstring. We all know this is one of them positions that when you first get into it, you're like, whew, hello, leg. If that's you, I don't want you to see it as like, oh, God, I feel really tight. I want you to see it as like, yay, I feel tight. And I'm at yoga and I get to experience this delicious process of opening. All right, now open your lungs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, now we will shift back forward, so lunge back into the right leg. You'll notice to start, we're going to do lots of linear movements, forwards and backwards, so the mind can really give itself a chance to wrap itself around this container today as we really work into our roots. Okay, it's enough talking. Pick up your left knee. Lunge into that right foot. Again, we're going to tent up onto the fingertips. Left heel pushes back. Crown of the head reaches forward. Navel is in. Really root into your steadiness here, into your foundations. And that's what we're looking at today, how these strong, sturdy foundations, how our strong container can help us really move forward from, how we can use it to help us grow out and to expand into our fullest potential. Now expand your breath, your lungs, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, good. Push the booty back, straighten out the legs, your arms, your spine. Voila, you're in pyramid. Your version of it, if you want to grab some blocks, again, be my guest. Try to neutralize your hip, because what tends to happen is that left hip sasses back. Pull it forward like an anchor is pulling it. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. And then once again, we're going to plunge back into the right foot. This time the left leg is going to lift up, stand in splits position. Now I want you to put emphasis here on dropping the skull, because as soon as you drop the head, it will facilitate you to go deeper. Now don't forget about the left leg. Keep it lifting up. Imagine I'm at home with you right now and I'm going to pull it a little higher with ease, okay? Breathe in. As you breathe out, left knee is going to glide into the chest. Suction it up and then simultaneously pull up your chest to the sky. Bring your hands to prayer position and then bring the knuckles of your thumb to your heart center. Okay, so I want you to really bring this left thigh up into the chest. Without using the hands, we will work on strengthening the hip flexor. So it hugs in, you're also using your abdominal wall. Then we're going to find some external hip rotation, just like how we started, but also focusing on balancing. So begin to bring the left knee out. And then once it can't reach any further, drop it down. Take this full circle, bring the knee forward, and then back up into the chest. So 2 more mandalas like that in your own time. And my ask is that you take this slower than you want to, so you can feel every cell of this process. Okay, good. Now once the knee comes back into the chest, we'll take 1 more rotation, but we'll add on. So once the knee can't go any further, stop there. Let the left knee lead the way and the chest is going to follow it. So begin to twist the chest to the left. Step the left foot to the back of the yoga mat. Lengthen your right leg. Be light in these transitions, okay? Left knee is going to bend. Hips are going to come in line with that left knee to start. Your right leg is long. So we're entering Skandasana territory. For some of us, this might be absolutely enough. For others of you, you may have the capacity, the flexibility to lower the hips towards the ground. Just be mindful that you're not dumping all the way into your joints with no control. We want to find that lift, that engagement from the root to the crown. Breathe in. On the breath out, we're going to turn to the back of the yoga mat. 360 flow we go. Pyramid. You've already been here, so just lengthen everything out. Straighten your hammies, your spine, your arms. Keep the hips neutralized so we can access that glute med. You're not here for as long. Breathe in. As you breathe out, root the hands into the ground. Now, for some of you, you might have to bend the knee or not. We're going to find that compression where the left leg lifts up to the chest. So then you can sweep the left leg up and back into a 3-legged dog. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Shift yourself forward to high plank. Shoulders stack over your wrists. Option to drop the left foot now. Or you can take this thing high plank to low plank with your left leg lifted if you want more of a challenge. Roll over the toes. We meet in a back bend together. Really recruit your back body. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath. Land into your foundations. Breathe in for 1. Breathe out. Breathe in 2. Breathe out. Breathe in 3. Breathe out. We use the breath to take us all the way home back to the front. Let's do this. Lift the right foot up and back with your next inhalation. Exhale, bend the knee, heel to glute, knee to nose, nose to knee. Tiger curl. Compress, squeeze, and then float the right foot in between the hands. Tent up onto your fingertips, lower your left knee. We're going to move quicker on the half breath now. Lift up your chest, breathe in. Push the bum back, breathe out. Just lengthen your right leg to a capacity that feels okay. Now shuffle yourself back forward, pick up the left knee, lift your chest, keep your hands low, breathe in. As you breathe out, pyramid. Lunge back into the right foot, stand in splits position. Find that flow, that rhythm. Exhale, knee in, chest lifts up. Slowly does it. 1 spot on the wall in front of you. Suction that left hip socket in and up, breathe in. As you breathe out, rotate the hip to the left. Step the left foot all the way to the top of the yoga mat. Be light, bend the left knee, lengthen the right leg, Skandasana, inhale. Turn to the front of the yoga mat, pyramid, exhale. Breathe in. Hands to the ground, breathe out. Left foot up to the sky. Inhale, 3-legged dog, you've got it. Exhale, shift forward, high plank. Lower through your vinyasa. You can absolutely drop the foot and even drop the knees. No shame in that game. I'm going to meet you through in downward facing dog. Once you get there, soften to your knees. Take child's pose, Balasana. Hands to the ground. Ground your energy. Oftentimes we can get lost in the spin of the mind, in the spin of what we think we should be doing, even in the spin of this Mandala yoga practice. But just keep drawing yourself back within, back down to the ground, your home base. Now breathe into the base of your spine. Breathe out. Amazing, my loves. Second round we go. Left side. Downward facing dog. Alrighty, from down dog, stretch the left foot up and back. Conscious control. Flex through the toes. Kick through the heel. Turn on your adductors. And then bring that left heel in towards your glutes. Squeeze it in. Left knee draws in through the midline of your body as your shoulders come over your hands. Knee to nose, nose to knee. Squeeze in, breathe in. As you breathe out, left foot forward. Good. Right knee comes down. Lift up onto your fingertips. Lower through the bottom trunk. Lift through your upper trunk. Take a moment here. Diving into that deeper relationship to you, your physical body, your internal body, your psyche. Deepening that relationship to your breath. This beautiful autonomous action that we often take for granted. So let's bring even more awareness to it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. Push the hips back. Find that traction of your arms reaching forward and the toes coming in towards the shin bone. Hello, hamstring. Let's bring it into this practice. Wake it up. And again, just find that shape that feels best for your body on this day, in this practice, knowing that every day we feel different. How are you arriving? How are you stepping into this space? It's all welcome. It's all good. All right, start to bend back into your left knee. Pick up your right knee, lift up your hips, keep the hands on the ground. So again, we've got this architecture of a high lunge, but we're not keeping the upper body lifted. We're lowering through the upper body. Right heel pushes back. You lengthen from that heel all the way to the crown of the head, finding that root support, which is actually what a root chakra corresponds to, translates to in Sanskrit, Muladhara. It means root support. So find that support. Let the breath be more supportive. Breathe in. Breathe out. Amazing. Push your bum back. Straighten out your legs, your hamstrings, your spine. So elongate here. If you want to grab some blocks, get them involved. Be my guest. Hold and breathe. Let the breath aerate through the body. All right, same as before. You're going to lunge into the left foot. Plunge, dive into it, into that forest of your own inner being as the right leg lifts high. And then again, drop your forehead towards that left shin. Put your brain into your left toe. Press down through it, your big left toe. And then lift up through your right big toe. Find that split position of the legs. And it doesn't have to be physically in a split position. It's more of a intentional split. So you got to believe it to be able to achieve it. Feel the action. Rather than going for aesthetics, we're going for feelings. So feel that right leg lift higher as you breathe in. As you breathe out, right knee into the chest. Your chest slowly is going to lift up. Hands to heart center. Lengthen out your left leg, bring your right leg up into your chest. Suction it up like a vacuum. Okay, now we're going to begin to work into the right hip socket. We've got 3 mandalas. Let's go. The knee goes out, drops down, and then all the way back up. You might hear a little pop too. It's all good. So nice, my friends. Now, once that right thigh is back up into the chest, we'll begin to move on, transition on. The right leg is going to go out. Step it all the way to the back of the yoga mat. Once the foot lands, bend immediately into the right knee, lengthen out your left leg. Again, your hips can absolutely be high here. If you're feeling funky and really flexible, lower the hips. Go to a degree that feels okay for your body, and then keep breathing in your body. So bypass the mind, stay connected, stay with your root. Inhale. On the exhale, we turn to the back of the yoga mat. Pyramid pose. Just find that lengthening. Arms, legs, spine. Hold for a moment or two. And then we begin to reconnect the hands into the earth. Find the four corners of the hands again. And again, you may have to bend that right knee slightly or not. Just depends on the flexibility of your body today. We're going to sweep the right foot up and back with a little bit of compression. Three-legged dog is your inhale. Exhale, shift forward, high plank. Option to drop the foot and the knees, or option to take this transition high plank to low plank with the right leg lifted. Open your front body. Exhale, downward facing dog, lengthen your back body. 3 cycles of breath, let them be nourishing. Inhale for 1. Exhale. It's really your own interpretation of what nourishing is. For me, that means really emphasizing the exhalation. Breathe in 2. Breathe out. Final inhalation. Deep exhalation. All the way back to the front with the breath. It's a moving meditation. Stay with me. Left foot goes back. Breathe in. Isolate the leg, knee to nose. Breathe out. Foot lands forward. Right knee goes down. Tent up onto your fingertips. Breathing in to lengthen. Breathing out, pushing the hips back. Breathing in as you plunge forward back into the left foot. Pick the right knee up. Exhale to pyramid. So we're really mobilizing through the bottom half of the body now. Press back into the left foot. Standing splits. Lengthen and strengthen. Inhale. Right knee comes in. The nose lifts up. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Stay lifted. Pull the right thigh in. Breathe in. As you breathe out, rotate the hip over to the right. Step the right foot all the way to the top of the yoga mat. Skandasana, inhale. Exhale, turn to the front. Whoo-hoo. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, connect the hands down. Right foot lands up and back. Or lifts up rather. Exhale, begin to shift yourself forward. Vinyasa. You can always drop the knees. Listen to your body. That's where the real self-care, the real nurturing part of this practice comes through. We will meet in downward facing dog, and then once you get there, we're going to take an active recovery. Look forward, walk your feet forward, perhaps with straight legs. Once the feet arrive at the top of the yoga mat, tuck your lovely chin in towards your chest, and then roll your chest all the way up to standing. Place your dominant hand on your belly, your less dominant hand on your heart. Shut down your eyelids and just notice how you've already started to move into much more of an organic state. And now as you really continue this process of shedding and releasing, I want to remind you that you're not hurting anyone. In fact, you're doing everyone a favor by being here, by practicing, by letting go. You're sending all of that energy that really isn't serving you. You're sending it out to be recycled, to be reclaimed, to be reused for something else that it better deserves. So reclaim your space. Reclaim your energy. Final energizing breath in. Full breath out. Open your eyes, welcome yourself back into the space that you occupy. Second round, we're gonna add just a little on. Let's do this. Arms are gonna sweep up like a sunrise. Inhale. Come all the way down to the ground as you exhale. Feel every muscle of this process. And we do it to feel, not just to get it done. Halfway. High plank. If you wanna jump back, go ahead. Lower, lower, lower. Lift, 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 lift. Downward facing dog we go. Now from down dog, the right leg's gonna shoot back. Inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Foot lands forward, left knee lowers. Lift up your chest and breathe. Push the bum back, exhale, hold. Option 1, you will stay here in half and Hanumanasana. Option 2, we're going to take it to full Hanumanasana. You're going to wiggle the right foot slightly forward and begin to send the left knee back. Now this is a good place to grab some blocks or even books, whatever you've got at home that is going to make this a little more supportive. Hanumanasana actually translates to monkey god, Mr. Hanuman. And he was always known for doing these really challenging things. So if you're finding this pose challenging, don't worry, you're not alone. That's why it's called Hanumanasana. It's named after Mr. Hanuman. Okay, now just begin to extend through both legs. Maybe your hips remain high. Maybe you have the flexibility to lower your pelvis down to the ground. Now I want you to keep this super intentional, so don't collapse. Flex through both feet, drive them in opposite directions. Stay rooted from the base of your spine and then lift up through the crown. Breathe in, breathe out. You made it. We'll start to meet back in that lunge position, and then we're gonna add some on here. So pick up your left knee, walk your hands forward. All right. Anchor through your left hand, turn all 10 toes to the right. So notice how I turn onto the knife edge of that back foot. Right arm is gonna lift up here. This is option 1. Oh, it's snowing. This is option 1 here. So we're working into the IT band, the outer hip. Option 2, to continue working through this strengthening and lengthening of the hamstrings, you can step the right foot onto your left foot and take side plank. Option 3, a different variation of Vashi. You're gonna wrap your peace fingers around your big right toe and then lift the right leg up. Pashimotonasana with split legs. Now keep that left leg long, keep pressing down through the pads of your fingers so you're not dumping into the wrists. Now wherever you focus on, expand. So really focus on your strength right now. You've got it, breathe in. As you breathe out, bring the right foot back where it came from. Pyramid. Good, inhale, exhale, moment to recalibrate. Transition yourself forward into standing splits. Breathing in. Breathe out, knee to nose, nose lifts up. Lift up your chest, one-legged Tadasana, hands to your heart center, really glue them in. Suction that left hip in and then rotate the hip over to the left. Left foot to the back of the yoga mat. Move with this real sense of ease, of support from the ground. Skandasana, inhale. Exhale, turn to the back of the mat. Pyramid. We'll add just a little bit on here. Press down through the hands. Left leg's gonna lift high, three-legged dog. Breathe in. As you breathe out, drop your elbows to the ground. Dolphin pose with your left leg lifted. Now this is a really great position to work on strength and flexibility simultaneously. So some friends are just gonna hang out here, keeping that left leg lifted. Some friends are gonna wiggle this right foot closer in, and you can take a few hops up. You might get some air time in Pincha, or not. It's really not about where we go, it's about how we move. Always moving with this real sense of nourishment today. All right, now when you're ready to move on, we will meet back on the hands with the left leg lifted. Same as before, shift yourself forward, high plank, lower yourself down. From the ground, you lift up, opening, lengthening. On the breath out, downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath, utilize them. Inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Same as before. Should feel more like muscle memory now as we flow all the way back to the front. Same as the first round. Float the right foot up and back with your next deep breath in. As you breathe out, bend the knee, bring the knee in. Foot lands forward, left knee lowers. All right, less cueing from me now, more just being present from you. Tent up onto the fingertips, breathe in. Hips back, breathe out. Shuffle forward. Pick up the left knee. Inhale. Exhale, pyramid. Standing splits. Inhale. One-legged Tadasana. Exhale. Breathe in to find length. Breathe out, external hip rotation. Left foot lands to the top of the mat. Skandasana. In. Pyramid X. 3-legged dog, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Child's pose. Forehead to the ground. Ground your energy. Let your hands just fall. And then take a few moments to feel. Feel that movement within. Feel that energy around. Feel the earth below and really fill up with it. Rise with it. Thank you for taking from us what we're now willing to give away. Breathe in through your nose. And then let that breath go. All right, my angels, it's your final round and then we're on the road to recovery. Let's do this together. Together yet apart, you're doing amazing. From down dog, that left foot lifts up and back. Breathe it back. Isolate the leg. Find that traction as the knee comes in. Foot goes forward as the right knee lowers. Tent up onto your fingertips. They're like spider legs as you breathe in. Push the bum back, breathe out. Option to stay or option to play with Hanumanasana. We're here for about 3 cycles of breath. Use that breath to filter through any areas of resistance. And normally physical resistance is a byproduct of what's going on mentally. Calm the mind down to open the body. Then when you're ready to come out, we'll meet forward in that lunge position with the right knee off the ground. Right hand is going to really root into the earth now, so you can turn all 10 toes to the left. So again, notice how I'm on the knife edge of that back foot. Left arm lifts up and I want you to pull the left hip up with it. Option 1 is here. Option 2, side plank. Option 3, peace fingers of the left hand, wrap around your big right toe, float the foot up to the sky. How much can you lengthen here through all bases of your being? Your arms, your legs, your spine. Navel is in. Gaze is up. Full breath in. As you breathe out, float the foot all the way back forward. Pyramid. Lunge into the left foot. Right leg's gonna lift high. Standing splits position. Breathe in. As you breathe out, right knee comes in, your chest lifts up. Rotate the right hip all the way over to the right. Float the toes all the way to the back of the mat. Skandasana like a ninja. Turn to the back, pyramid. Plant the hands, lift that right foot high, high, high. Three-legged dog, and then slowly let your elbows descend one at a time. Keep the elbows about shoulder distance apart, and you might want to even bring the hands closer in so you have more of this triangle shaped base. Maybe you stay here in dolphin, or you might want to walk the left toes in slightly. Take a few hops up into pincha. Keep pressing down through your base. If you look after your base will look after you here. Last moment of discovery. And then let's begin to discover ourselves back in a three-legged dog with that right leg lifted. Shift forward. Vinyasa. I'll see you through in down dog. Your last 3 cycles of breath. Breathe in for 1. Breathe out. Deep inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Stay with that breath all the way back to the front with it. Let the breath guide you. Left toes, inhale. Left toes forward, exhale. Let it be fluid. Right knee down, chest extends, breathe in. Half Hanumanasana, breathe out. Lift up the right knee, lift up your hips, high lunge with the bottom half of your body, inhale. Pyramid, exhale. Standing splits, breathe in. Knee to nose lifts up, breathe out. One-legged Tadasana. Squeeze in, lift a little taller, inhale. With control, open the right leg out to the right as you exhale. Step the right foot to the top of the yoga mat, Skandasana, breathe in. Turn to the front, breathe out, pyramid for a transition. Hands down, right leg up and back, inhaling. Your last vinyasa is your exhale. And I want you to take it like you was never, ever, ever gonna do it before. How much would you squeeze every single second out of it? Let it be sustainable for you. And then eventually, we all drop to the knees. Child's pose, Balasana. Bring your forehead to the ground and ground your energy. Bring your awareness to your breath. Slow it down. Where there is awareness, there is awakening. And where there is awakening, there is an establishment to the ground. There is stability. Final stabilizing breath. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. All right, sweet souls, lift up your chest. Let's begin to set our dialing to softening now. So we'll still begin to work into the bottom half of the body, but in much more of a restorative way. So you push the hips to one side, sweep your legs forward, and really re-establish the base of your being here. Lift up out of your hips, and then with heavy legs, lift the upper trunk. Reach through your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, fold yourself forward, Pashimotonasana. And you're going to choose, okay? This is your own practice, your own journey. You can make this really passive. You can grab some blocks, place them under the head to make this feel more supportive. Or if you've still got a little bit more to give, you can grab hold of the feet and pull the chest down. There's no right or wrong. There's just here and now. And being present as you settle into this experience. Relishing in the simplicity of folding, of finding stillness physically and mentally. Finding that deeper connection to ourselves. Because really most Westerners actually do the opposite. We're becoming separate from our roots, from our bodies, with jobs that are degrading, routines that are automatic, environments that annihilate our senses. We lose this joy that arises from the dynamic connection with the only presence we are ever really guaranteed, which is our bodies. So keep breathing in your body. And then when you're ready, let's have you bring your upper body all the way back up. And then slowly you'll bend into your knees and lower your spine to the ground. Okay, so let's have you just release your upper body, your back body, but keep your knees over your ankles. Now I want you to bring your focus one last time to the base of your spine, your root chakra. And then we're going to begin to bring in some small pulsations, some small vibrations. So all you're going to do is pick up your hips really slowly and lightly and just tap the hips to the ground. Now do this a few times. So you begin to feel this radial quality of the root, of this multifaceted and multi-directional power of the chakras. Letting this vibration just really move down into the lower back. And I want you to allow it to have this transcendental quality. Allowing that quality to really reverberate through the body. Last few moments. And then when you're ready, you will let that tap start to fade. And I want you to just get real quiet here with that movement, that internal movement, as you bring nutrients to the consciousness of your mind, of your breath, of your body. Now when you're ready, you're going to release your entire body, extend your legs forward. And I'm going to offer that you take Earth Witness Mudra here, where you place your right hand on the ground and then your left hand on your belly. So we give with our right hand anything that you're ready to let go of, anything that you're ready to shift. We can give back to Mother Earth and let her transmute that energy. And we receive with our left hand our heart's desires, our heart's intentions. So you can fully uncover who it is that you are and what it is that you want to bring into the rest of your day, your week, your month, your year. Begin to feel yourself. Come home to yourself. Whole and heal. Reawaken your physical form, bringing some small undulations into your toes and hands. And then allow those smaller movements to make way for a bigger, more primal stretch. And then once that stretch has had a chance to really work through your systems, bring your knees in, clasp your hands behind the backs of your knees so you can give yourself some encouragement up to a seat. And sit comfortably in your own skin. Place your less dominant hand on your lap, your more dominant hand on top of that hand, and let the thumbs touch. Now you have time and space to set yourself a new intention. To take what you built today, this ease, this peace, this stability, take it from the mat and into the rest of your day. Don't let the outside world set the agenda. You set it for yourself. Set it deeply. Hands to Anjula Mudra prayer position. Balance both sides. Bow your brain to your heart. And then bow your heart forward and let this bow be the symbol of the completion of this practice. Namaste. Namaste, my friends. What an absolute pleasure and privilege it was to be able to guide you through this practice. If you've got any questions, then please reach out to me. You can find me over on Instagram at Mirallegro. And I'll see you next week for more.